Hello friends, even though we must have played a mixer game in the past, let us try this game once again. So the game goes on like this, that there are three friends and you have to distribute 100 rupees among these three people. But making it show that you cannot share the further denomination, say for example paise, that is in decimals. So it has to be a whole number. What are the possibilities? So if I try to distribute in three parts, I discover that if I make it equal, it is 33 plus 33 plus 33, that makes 99 plus 1. So I'm not supposed to make part of this 1 rupee. So how do I divide this? So while running it into a number of classes in the past, I saw there were some choices which came up. So the first choice was this, 33 plus 33 plus 33 plus 1. So what about this 1 rupee that is left? So many of the people said that we'll donate it, right? Because we cannot fight for 1 rupee, so it's better to donate it. There was another combinations which came up. It was like 60, 20, 20, 50, 25, 25, and so on, right? And we had few more ideas coming in. One of them was like probably we'll spend or we'll distribute 30, 30, 30, and then 10 rupees left. Probably we'll get a chocolate or something. We'll divide the chocolate into three parts. There was another idea coming up which said that why don't we get a cake for 100 rupees and then we cut that cake into three parts. And then we have freedom to either eat ourselves or we share that with someone else. That is immediate gratification of needs. So there was another idea which came from the students that these 100 rupees we'll invest somewhere, and what will happen is that as we invest we'll start making more money out of it. Now this 100 rupees was just for the sake of understanding. It could have run into 100 million. So people can think of investing it and increasing the overall value of your investment. So what do we understand from this exercise? From this we understand that negotiation is a process in which we actually discuss and decide the terms and conditions on the basis of which we will distribute our goods and services. So there is some mutual agreement happening around. So here also we saw mutual agreement happening around. But most of the time we have an agreement where one wins, other person loses. You might say that in the case where we had 33 rupees each, 33, 33, 33, and 1 rupee donated. Well, we lost 1 rupee, right? So what we are saying is that most of the time our thought process is that I want a major share of whatever resource is there, and I want to compete with the other party or fight for it. If I cannot fight it, probably I will agree for a compromise, and hence this particular distribution takes place. So in negotiation, we say that there are two approaches. One, distributive approach, and second is integrative approach. The distributive approach says that I always look for a larger share of the resource. And because I look for the larger share of resource, I'm always trying to fight, I'm always looking for a win-lose situation wherein I try my level best to win. I may not, but I'll try my level best. I'll try to hide information so that the other party is ill-informed and I can take some advantage. And it so happens that whenever such things happen, a distributive negotiation happens, it is usually for a short-term, one-time deal. You don't want to deal with the person who has cheated you in the past or held some information and taken a bigger share from you. So this is what is the distributive approach to negotiation. The other approach is integrative approach. Like I would like to invest this particular money somewhere, and when that share increases, probably I would like to take my shares later on, or maybe some kind of dividends I can take on a regular basis. This is known as integrative bargaining. I'm increasing the pie, I'm increasing the whole resource so that everybody can prosper on it. So what happens here is I do not hold on to information, I share with others so that others can also contribute. And when such things happen, we always look forward to a longer period of commitment. Hence, this is more of a teamwork. So these are the two different approaches to negotiation. Now the next question that comes up is, how do I go about doing negotiation? This is fine. These are two typical approaches. So let us take again an old example that I always talk about. You need to take your friend to a movie which probably your friend has already seen. How will you negotiate with your friend so that your friend agrees to your conditions? Right? It's an interesting situation. So what is the purpose? So we'll go through the 5 steps of negotiation now. So what was your purpose? Your purpose was that you were getting bored. You wanted some kind of recreation. And how would you get over that boredom? By some recreation, and probably that is a movie that you thought of. So going to a movie is a kind of a recreation to you, right? Now the next step is planning. How do I plan it out? So what you planned was a movie with your friend, because that is how you feel free, you feel good. The third step that comes over is, how do I convince my friend? So here most of the bargaining is going to happen. Now you have to talk to your friend for this. You have to convince your friend that, see, we always have good times when you go out to a movie, right? It's a very good hangout. And probably you can add some more activities to watching a movie beyond that. Maybe you can have some kind of snacks along with you. So you will try to convince your friend for a movie and finalize the date, time and place for the same. So you have to finalize the date, time and place for the movie to take place. And finally, you have to implement the whole plan. So you will actually go out with your friend and watch a movie. So what is happening here is, when I talk about plan, I need to have a purpose why I need to do it. So there is a need behind it. Fine. Once you know your need and you have to negotiate for a resource, you try to find out the background of the person you're going to negotiate. So here it was your friend. You know your friend well. You know the personality of your friend. You know why your friend would be interested in coming with you. So you know the touch points of your friend, why your friend would respond back to you. Then you have to work out something that is mutually acceptable to each other. And finally, you have to implement it. So probably most of us negotiate day in and day out, but we have never thought of it as steps to be followed. Happy learning.